Are you sitting there wondering why your friends have so much insane power in Remix and you don't know how the hell it's happening? Like, you're at the same level, you have decent eye level, but it's just not enough? Well, surprise, motherfucker, you might have zug-zugged too hard. So, you probably glossed over this very key and very important thing that's going to slow you down. No matter how much work you put in, you will always be at a deficit. So, let me show you real quick. Here's my Shaman on Legion Remix. I'm very happy with the name I got. Anywho, I'm sitting at a 626 eye level, so not too far behind. I feel pretty good about it, and I'll probably jump up to being like 640-ish tonight, and we already timed a 19 key. Sick, awesome. But here's the thing, I have a lot of homework because I zug-zug too hard. I know, shocking, the warrior main zug-zug too hard. So we need to farm for infinite knowledge because I am wicked behind on this. I'm only at 13 infinite knowledge. A lot of the folks that I know that have higher eye level and whatnot, and more power, they're sitting at like 20. So how do we get this infinite knowledge? If you open your achievement panel and then select Legion Remix, you will find some things like this. Legion Dungeons, Threats of the Isle. You get 1 infinite knowledge just from completing these 4 dungeons. There's a lot of different sources in obtaining this infinite knowledge, and the reason why it's important is because of your capstone artifact trait. This thing right here, Limits Unbound. For each point you obtain in here, you get 1% versatility, primary stat, and stamina. It costs a flat 50,000 infinite power per point. When you get that infinite knowledge, it bolsters for most activities how much of that infinite power you get. So if you complete all those tasks, you have a lot of infinite knowledge, then you get more infinite power. It's a snowballing effect for a huge power creep. But Touchpad, how do we obtain that infinite knowledge? Well, one thing you're probably not going to want to do is a lot of questing. So for Lore Runner, you get 1 point for each of these completed. You have to do the campaign quest for each zone, as well as Sojourner for each zone, which is basically doing the side quests. You can also do 100 world quests, and you can also slay 50 empowered enemies in Heroic World Tier. On top of which, completing all of the dungeons, as well as doing a +7 key, and doing the raids. The 2 raids that are out right now are Emerald Nightmare and Trial of Valor. However, there's also the Broken Isle world bosses. Now, you have to defeat all 10 of these world bosses. The good thing is, it's not a weekly reset. It's not going to take you 10 weeks. It'll take you 10 days. So make sure you're doing your world boss every day. Look, I know a lot of you really don't like questing. You just want to power level, zug-zug, and then do endgame content. You totally can do that. However, let's say down the road you'd like to solo a Mythic Plus 40 key, which would be really cool, right? You're going to want to do these activities to get your infinite knowledge, because otherwise you're not going to have the power for it. Or to obtain said power, you'd have to do 4 to 20 times the amount of effort that somebody else is doing, because they decided they wanted to do some questing. So please, save yourself the time, get the most bang for your buck, get that knowledge, and that way every activity you do has the most power you possibly can obtain. There you go. Cheers, and have a legendary day.